to that. So part of creativity is actually letting go of the mind that we use quite often to discern what we want, what we don't want, this kind of discerning mind. And creativity, the creative mind, is moving closer to a mind that is more of in the space of feeling, a mind that is in more of a space of being present. So the practice of activating your creativity, it's a daily practice. And can be a simple practice of noticing where you are, what you want, allowing yourself to connect to desire, to the wonderful percolation of what you can create at a singular moment. What can I do right now to turn this situation inside out? So a lot of creativity for me is inviting play into my daily life. What is that you truly want at any given moment? Play with that feeling. Can I give that to myself? Because what it enables us to access creativity has a lot to do with fear. So what we'll be doing in this practice together is connecting into desire, connecting into feeling space, letting go of fear, and reconnecting into the creative force that is within each and every one of us equally. So I invite you today to, with full confidence, enter into your practice, enter into awareness of the creative force within you. How you respond to this very moment is an example of the force of your creative energy, your life force. So let's quiet down the mind and see if you can feel your heartbeat. Actually, I invite you to place your hand on your heart. And press down a little bit, see if you can feel your heartbeat. And then feel your breath. Your breath and your heartbeat are in a duet together. Dancing with one another. They are your life force. Offering you a new moment of life, a new opportunity to create your future. So imagine that heartbeat, each beat is drawing you more and more inward. And let's replace the heartbeat with an image of yellow light. Release the hands from your heart and place your hands gently at your lap, your thighs. And then tuck your belly in and up, right behind your belly button. And I want you to imagine that yellow light is coming from that space. Right where you used to be connected to your mother. You were created cell by cell, forming this beautiful and perfect vehicle. Feel this yellow light moving with the breath. Drawing the light up to the heart, and imagine you're breathing in through your fingertips. And the breath is moving across the arms, across the collarbones, and then on the exhale, out through the arms, out through each fingertip. Back in through the fingertips, across the front of the chest, exhaling out through the fingertips, creating these slender rivers of yellow light. Draw the light back in. Move the awareness of breath further down towards the heart. Down to the belly again. Down through your leg. Out through your legs into the ground below you. Drawing the yellow light now from the ground, from the earth, into the body, all the way up to the belly button. On the exhale, releasing back down to the earth. Feel the vibrancy of this yellow light covering your whole body. And it's brilliant. And with this yellow light, with this radiance and brilliance comes small movements. The vitality of this brilliant inner world. This is your unique creative force. Each one of you experiences the world completely, uniquely to self. Your stories are individual. Your stories are important. But the individual and the uniqueness of this creative flow does not keep you separate. It is this flow, this nature of self to be creative, which unites us all. We are all changing moment to moment. We are all creating our worlds. We are all connected to something much larger than the boundaries of our skin. We all have access to the vastness of our mind. Feel the light within you, like the light at sundown, glowing along the horizon of your body. And then imagine behind your belly button, it is exceptionally bright. And the brightness there keeps getting brighter. And I want you to tuck into that brightness. And imagine it's like a little bit of a knot, and we want to open it up. So tuck into that knot behind your belly button. Your own wish to open up your creative channels, to feel expressed. And just put into that knot, that yellow knot, your own wish to be more connected to this energy, this life force. And as you do that simple mind gesture, use the breath to begin to massage that knot open and see it start to beam out with yellow light. And then imagine what that world would look like if you were fully expressing yourself. Imagine from your belly, you begin to birth the world you want to live in. And let's start with just an awareness of what is it you want right now? What is the sensation you want to create in your world now? Letting go of the should, the this is what is right to think of, and keep releasing any blocks that allow you to really have whatever it is that comes up, releasing the judgment, releasing all the judgment, imagining that each thought and desire that pops up into your mind in some way will lead you exactly where you need to go. Inhale, drawing in the thought of that heart's desire, placing it into the knot underneath your belly button, feeling that sensation of brilliance open up that knot. Exhaling, letting go of all the fear, any judgment that may arise in your mind. As judgment arises, let it go. Keep breathing into that space, growing the vibrancy of your own heart's desire to connect to creativity. It is yours. It has only ever been yours. The light begins to stream out from you, and you can picture slowly this version of you that is in full vibrancy, eating your favorite food without any judgment, allowing yourself to dream. Keep using the breath to keep yourself in flow. Noticing when the sensations stop. Perhaps it's because you have begun to judge, and then let it go. See your perfect self. See the world that you feel would be conducive to that creativity. And then see how the cultivating and supporting this is helping the world around you. And then notice whether or not you feel that you can own this world. Is there a part of you that is stopping at any point out of a sense of feeling you don't deserve it? You haven't earned it. And then just keep returning to the fact that you are simply tapping into a force that is always within you. So take a moment to relax your eyes a little bit more. Relax your shoulders and hips. And the yellow light that was projecting a world out there in the future. Start to draw that world closer to you and bring it into the now. Lasso it with your mind and see if you can connect the dots between this dream and the fact that it's originating from your mind right now. So you are your mind right now. See if you can take the sense of future out and begin to embody it. Embody this dream right now. Just feel the creative force within you. Draw the yellow rays of light back into your body. Imagine it moving alongside the breath. And then place your hand at your heart. Coming back to this sound rhythm of the heartbeat. And dedicate your practice to having access to this resource that is yours, that always has been yours. And then slowly draw the chin in, deepening your breath, flutter your eyelashes open, and turn into the space. It's a real honor to be holding space for you in this voyage of learning to tap into the creative force. And it's an especial honor as this is something that maybe I've taken for granted. Um, when dissecting this, how do we connect to our creative force? It was such a beautiful journey for me to remember that this force is actually our life force. It's our nature. And I know that people are wondering more specifically, like, or maybe not, but I'd like to definitely approach this is that, we are always, a lot of our pressures in our life are the pressures to produce a lot. But part of production, this constant, productivity that we're all being faced with, is an important part of it is actually this downtime of listening. And it might feel challenging just because it within itself holds a different quality of energy than we are maybe activating when we are in the doing or the action part of our day. But a lot of our creativity has to do with moving back into the body and really cultivating faith that it is there. I just need to listen to it. And it's a practice of listening that I have to say, I really do practice. And some people refer to that listening as listening to the part of us that is more involved in our emotional world. It's a part of us that is our feeling world and not our logical brain space. And so it's about asking yourself, what is it that you want and what is it that you desire at any given moment, and then catching your mind kind of creating, trying to lasso and structure that desire. Well, I can't ask for this because that wouldn't be practical. And well, what are the rules, and trying to kind of navigate the resistance in just listening. And it's quite sweet when you get into a flow of that wanting, wishing space. And for those who are listening from the West, this is maybe not so normal, or the East. Listening to our desires is something that we are definitely not always trained in. So one of the big game changers for me was learning to do this practice that you can do off the cushion. And some people refer to it as desire pulling. And it's a really nice practice to do with a friend. And if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't have a friend that you're traveling on this path with right now, it's also something you can very much do on your own. You just need a pen and a paper and a time. And so what you're going to do is you time yourself, and for 3 minutes, you let yourself just The person says, "What do you want?" And you respond. And then they say, "Thank you." And then they ask you one more time, "What do you want?" And you respond. And then they say, "Thank you." And they continue this way for 3 minutes. That's a short one. You can even do 5. And you'll notice how challenging it is to hold space for yourself, to actually find a well of wishing. And it's that kind of connection to a wishing well, this connection to self, connection to a well that is constantly replenishing itself, that you'll find will really support you in any creative endeavors that you may have. And even as simple as knowing what is the next step for you creatively. What is it that you want to create? So if you don't have something if you don't have a partner, you can definitely do this on your own in a journaling way. So you can just time yourself 3 minutes. I'm not going to take my pen off the paper. Every time I write something, this is I want, you confirm it, and then you go on. So I highly recommend a practice off of the cushion, because you can do this meditation. It will be accessible to you at any time on the app. But how you prepare yourself for meditation is very indicative of the result that you're going to have. So please feel welcome to use these off the cushion practices, because you'll find that once you're on the cushion, it will help you deeply. So my question to you, how do you activate your creativity? It comes from within. So if you're new to meditation and you're asking yourself, how do I, what is it? How do I get out of the correcting moment? If that is all where you are in regards to coming up things and getting lost in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, that is where your practice will be the most beneficial. So for those who are new, for those who are veterans, please know the places that you feel stuck are not stuck. They're places that are just still very ripe for you to learn from. So feel confident to stay there. Thank you all so very much for coming and sharing with me in this very sacred time together. And please continue to explore, continue to deepen your practice. And check us out daily on our live meditations at round.class or any of our other social media platforms. Thank you all very much. Namaste.